Good morning, everybody. So I wanted to make a video about how diet has impacted my KAP sessions. In the beginning of KAP, which was in 2021 November, I was primarily following a carnivore diet, which was mostly meat. It was not raw, it's all cooked. I ate a lot of meat because it made me feel very tranquil. I felt very clear-headed, my digestion was really well, and it saved me a lot of time, right? I just had 1 or 2 meals a day. I usually had 1 meal a day, which was like organ meats and some kind of beef. So I ate like that, and sometimes I fasted. Sometimes I did 1-day fast, 2-day fasts. So usually my diet consisted of I drink celery juice every morning, so water, celery juice, and then around 12 or 1 in the afternoon, I would have a steak with some organ meats. So I would have that, or in the evening, and then I would fast 1 day or 2 days, or I would just eat. So that would be my routine, and it was okay. I felt great on it. My strength kept up when I was going to the gym. I had a lot of power, a lot of strength, and yeah. So when I went to KAP, my sessions were in the beginning very, very subtle. So I started to see things, but my body was not moving. The energy was not really free-flowing. And as the sessions progressed, my body started to become more and more active. And I noticed that if I fasted on the day of my KAP session, my energy would be very boundless, very spacious, very, very active. But if I had eaten that day, it would be less effective or less intense. I would still be there. I would feel things, I would see things, but it wouldn't be as clear. It would be foggy. It would be very foggy, very subtle, and it was like almost like I was drunk. So then, after discovering that, okay, on my KAP sessions, I'm just gonna fast every time. So I started to fast every time. But then gradually, like at the end, the facilitator always says, if you want to keep up the vibration after KAP, you want to eat high frequency foods. So then it's very subtle, but like there became like this curiosity arose to read more about veganism, to read more about vegetarianism, about Anthony Williams, medical medium, all that kind of stuff. So I looked into like what would be suitable for me, what would be like okay for me, and all of a sudden like the medical medium stuff kept coming up. So I started to see like the way he does celery juice. I was already doing that because it really made me feel great, and it was good for digestion and going to the bathroom. And then there's this thing, the heavy metal detox smoothie. So I was like, oh, every day blueberries and bananas and coconut juice and like spirulina, barley grass powder, and Atlantic Dulse flakes. Why not? I mean, if I have metals, let's clean them out. So I started to incorporate that, and I realized whenever I drank that after my juice, I didn't crave for meat. I didn't want meat. I felt very light, very energetic, very spacious inside. My energy was more spacious. With meat, I would always feel like this grounding. Whenever I ate meat, the energy that I had from a previous KAP session would be more grounded, and I would feel more heavy in my body. And there would be this constant stillness, this constant like just almost like numbness, like nothing's happening. And it was very good for concentration, for being aware, for controlling your impulses, for controlling your compulsivity. It's really a great tool. I mean, I'm not a diet person. I don't get diet advice or something, but like I think your body, right, always knows best what it needs, right? And so our bodies, they're conditioned from our past, from generations that lived before, so they have a certain memory of how our ancestors ate, it all depends on what region you came from, what in that culture, what was mostly eaten, how long. So, I mean, it's all very complex. So, in the end, just listen to your body, and intuitively, your body will always let you know what it needs, what it wants. Because I know a lot of people make food a very religious thing, like it's good or bad, right? And I'm not going to talk about that because I'm not an expert on it. I just know for myself that I ate meat because my body wanted it. I didn't see it as bad or good. I just saw it. That's what my body wants, and I'm just taking care of my body. And I was doing the best that I could, right? So then, when I started to incorporate the heavy metal detox juices, my head became clearer and clearer and clearer. And what I noticed was, in my sessions, I would have more and more intense sessions. So all of a sudden, while I was in the session, I would immediately feel the energy very strongly present in the room. I would feel it. My awareness would be more subtle in percepting it. I was like, whoa, the energy is already moving, it's here. Whenever I hugged people, I would feel it more. It's almost like I was in a fasted state, because when I fasted, and when you're really like, you haven't eaten for a day or two, you also are very sensitive to the energies around you and to your inner world and your outer world. And I had the same effect, but I always also had this more positive theme, a joy and enthusiasm that was constantly present, because with meat there was a more of a dampering effect. I would be like more like like, and with the juices and the smoothies, I would feel like more elated, more open, more joyful. So yeah, apparently fruits and all those good stuff, they're life-giving foods, and they contain energy. So they're life-giving, and they give energy to your body. While meat has less light or no light at all. I'm not sure about that, but that's what I read. Anyway, so as the sessions progressed, I kept drinking the smoothies, and then I started to eat more vegan, more vegetarian. I started to eat, potatoes, rice, beans, and sometimes I would eat eggs, right? I would eat eggs, and I just felt like, whoa, my body is still strong. I'm very active. I'm very energized, but my sessions, they go way deeper. And in my sessions, what I noticed was, when I was on meat diet, whenever my third eye was very active and I would see visuals, it would be foggy. It would be not as clear. But the moment I switched over to a vegetarian diet, my visions became intensely alive, intensely present. It was like I was sober. I became sober, and I felt the energy rushing through my body. I felt the impulses go way smoother. My meditations at home, they became way more energized, way more intense, way more potent. And it's so subtle and gradual, but when I look back, it's like a totally different world. It's like when you're on meat, the way the energy moves through the body and the way you're able to perceive it, it's like 25% of what it is now. Because now it's like I have this huge awareness, and my energy body, my kundalini energy, is also way more active in my daily life. Whereas before it wouldn't be, because after every meal I would feel grounded, and my energy would be like very dormant. But now, when I eat my meals, my energy is always high, always moving, always reacting. I'm always pulled to something, or there's always some kind of stimulation going on, or some kind of interaction with the inner world or the outside world. So I really think that it's a gradual thing, and you have to listen to your body, because that's also what happened with me. Because I didn't think like I should be a vegetarian or I should switch over to that. It just happened gradually. And when I was presented with the facts that, whoa, this is how I feel, and this is how the energy is moving through me, this is how the sessions are going for me when I am on a vegetarian diet, it's like I have a responsibility. I'm responsible and I can make a choice. Do I want this experience or do I want this experience? It's a choice. And for me, it would feel not intelligent to choose something where your experience is almost like a bit drunk and only 25% of in comparison with the other experience, where there's a full clear experience. So yeah, I'm really curious how it'll evolve, but I have no craving, no desire for meat anymore. I have no, I didn't make a conscious decision. It just happened. And I'm really glad for it. Not because I believe it's better or I believe it's good. I feel it. I feel and I experience, wow, my visions are better, my energy is flowing better, I'm more sensitive. When I was doing the facilitation in inner dance, my energy is so free flowing. My energy is so active, so spaciously alive in my body. And I realized that with meat, I never had those sensations or that, I wouldn't say ungrounded, but that unearthing feeling. Like it's almost like you're in your body, you're grounded, but you feel almost like spaciously free in your body. There's this lightness. So yeah, definitely my sessions have become more intense. My visions have become more intense. The way my energy concentrates is way more intense. The way I feel, the way I express, it's way more intense, because sometimes during my sessions when I was eating meat, I would feel that there was still something in my stomach, or I feel it, or I feel some kind of pressure, and I felt it was like the meat. It was still the meat that was inside. And now there's just like the energy streaming. And it's really flowing. So what else do I want to say about this? I don't know if I'm gonna stay vegetarian. I don't have any plans for it. But for right now, this is what my body wants. This is what my body needs, and I'm following it. And like, I recommend celery juice in the morning for everybody. It's a really good thing. It's really helps a lot. Like, it makes you very clear in your head. Digestion goes very well. You go to the toilet very easily, and yeah, it gives you this, it's like coffee almost. It really energizes you. And the heavy metal detox smoothie is really awesome because it makes my brain feel so good. And I feel so light afterwards, so nourished. It's like a complete package. Yeah, it's really awesome. Like a great meal replacement. Like, I've noticed a clarity in my perception that I've only had in the past, where I was in deep ketosis after fasting 2 days or 3 days. But now I have it almost every day because of the heavy metal detox smoothies. Yeah, listen to your body and enjoy the process. And yeah, maybe share your experiences, how your diet impacts your sessions, and maybe experiment, try it out. But it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it. I know my friend who started to do KAP, he also felt motivated after he felt energy in his body to facilitate the conditions so that the energy can be more free-flowing. So he was like, I want to eat vegetarian. And he started eating it. And he's like, I feel more light. I feel more like spacious or relaxed, more free in the body. So yeah, I guess everybody has their own process. For me, it took like 20, 25 sessions until I really started to make the shift. And yeah, definitely try it out, because it does make a shift. It does.